Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Old Ways podcast. I am your Keeper Rina, and tonight we're playing part 2 of The Naughty List, my Cthulhu Dark scenario written for the holiday season. And our Santa's Village residents have gotten themselves into a bit of a blizzard and perhaps some other trouble as their past comes back to haunt them. But before we get to finding out more about what's going on in the dark and the blizzard of this Christmas Eve, let's thank our Patreon supporters and our listeners. We could not do all of this without all of your support and your listening ears. If you would like to support us on Patreon and hear more of what we have to offer, you can do so at patreon.com/theoldwayspodcast. And now let's get to some introductions. To my right.
Hey, Daddy, it's me, Miranda, and I'll be playing Jodie Herman, age 21, snow cone slinger at Santa's Village. This place has gotten a little weird, and I'm not against GTFOing.
We'll see if you're able to do that in this lovely, lovely blizzard. And to Jodie's right.
Greetings, my name is Bunny, she, her, and I'm playing Lenore. I'm playing Leora Nelson, also she, her, age 28, who is Mrs. Claus at the Santa's Village and thinks that Kyle definitely belongs on the naughty list these days.
I don't think he'd disagree with you. At the end of the table.
Hi there, this is Mike, or Spike, and I am playing 30-something-or-other-year-old Shane Kessler, who works in the photo booth at Santa's Village, and he is not having a good time. There's a blizzard, and there's something in it that he really does not want to be looking at anymore.
Well, it wants to look at you, so there may be a conflict of interest here. And last but never least...
Hi, this is Mike, and I will be playing, we'll just call him Kyle. And I think that if the office manager's trailer is rocking, then don't come a knocking. But I think Jorge and I have to get to the bottom of how exactly Santa Claus keeps his job.
Excellent. So we'll pick up the curtain tonight, back where we left off, with Shane staring deep into the empty face of something horrible out in the blizzard outside of the Santa's Village. So, Spike, why don't you give me that insight roll as this thing is looking deep, deep into your soul, if you have one.
With pleasure. Whether or not I have a soul remains to be seen. Well, that's a 1, though, so I am freaked out, but I am not quite as freaked out as I might have been.
You blink, shake your head, and the vision is gone. Just this howling blizzard, which is in itself a bit strange, especially because the blizzard itself has not reached the interior of the Santa's Village.
What the fuck? What the hell was that? Did you see that, Jodie?
I don't think I did see that, did I, Rina? No. No, see what? Was it that fucking car again? Whoever that person is in the car, is that what you're seeing? Where are they? I'm gonna find them.
I don't know. There was somebody there. I thought it was Frank for a minute, but it looked like he had. I don't know. I'm. My eyes is playing tricks on me. It's I don't know. It's the weather, I guess, or something. Or do you put something in that booze?
Oh, in the Fireball? No.
Yeah.
It's just Fireball.
Maybe you should have. Oh, jeez. I don't know. let's just find Josie and see if we can just get out of here. I'm freezing my nuts off here, and
Okay.
weird things are happening.
Let's find Josie and get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so looking for Josie to begin with was Kyle and Jorge. So Kyle, how'd you do on your insight roll for this sudden snowstorm?
Yes, Kyle rolled a 3, so his insight is now 3, and it feels about right given the things that he's experiencing.
Yeah, it's all been a bit freaky, Kyle. You've been running for so long and things seem to be catching up to you, and now there's this horrible storm trapping you inside, but the storm is not inside the village, and how is that happening? And Kyle's just not having a good night.
Definitely not. I look at Jorge and say, where did this snowstorm come from?
And it hasn't snowed in this part of California in fuck knows how long. What the fuck? He looks around. Well, maybe it'll blow over quickly. I don't know what's happening. I want to go home, man. I want to see my kids. I won't see them until the 26th, but I still want to see my kids, and I also want to get extremely, extremely drunk tonight and just forget any of this ever happened.
It all sounds good to me. We just got to get the fuck out of here.
Let's find Frank and Josie and tell Josie we can't work under these conditions, eh?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Outside work in California and it's snowing? Forget that. We're not rated for this.
We are certainly not. And so you make your way over to the manager's office, which is this long, low building at the back of the Santa's Village. It's been festooned with wreaths and tinsel and all sorts of things. And it's got a discreet plaque that says manager on it. And do you knock? Do you just throw open the door?
No, I do the first thing that I'm hoping to get is I listen because I'm expecting Frank and Josie to be bumping uglies in there, and I want to know if it's happening or not.
All right, give me a human roll.
Of course. That's a 5.
It's 5? All right, so with a 5, you achieve your goal and a little something extra. So you listen, you pause to listen, and you hear an absence of sound. It feels more than quiet to you. Josie should be in there. She said she was going back to the office. You haven't seen her around while you've been working. But it's deathly quiet.
I look at Jorge, shake my head. No dice, compadre. Looks like there's no fun, Porky-style sex video we get to make this time.
Damn it. I was hoping to hold that over her head for a bit.
Right? I open the door.
Okay, you open the door, and you step inside, and it's a little weird, and you can't quite put your finger on it at first. And then you realize the room is reversed. You've been in here before. You come in here to punch the clock, to file paperwork, whatever, and things are on the wrong side. Her desk, which is normally on the right side, is now on the left. The clock in the wall where you punch your card is on the right. The Christmas tree that is usually behind her desk is on the other side. The filing cabinet has been moved. The whole room is flipped from left to right.
Is there something weird about this? It didn't look right.
Yeah, man, don't we go to the clock on that side?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this. I shut the door.
Slam the door shut. Okay, yeah, that was a little weird.
That was a lot weird. Like, what was she in there, rearranging furniture? She's not the sort of person that's going to get her hands dirty at all.
Maybe she got Frank to do it, but why?
Maybe she's just fucking with us. She knows we don't want to be here. She knows all of us don't want to be here.
Yeah, okay. Look, I'm gonna go check for Frank in the toilets and have a look around. Do you want to just pack up and get out of here, man? I mean, I don't know about driving out in the blizzard, but I don't want to be here any longer than we have to be.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I guess I'll look around inside the park and see if there's any clues to where Josie might have gotten off to.
Okay. So Jorge peels off, says he'll meet you in the parking lot. He goes to check the toilets and have a look around that area, and you go looking for Josie. What specifically are you looking for?
Well, if there's snow, then I'm certain that her shoes will leave footprints in the snow.
Mm-hmm. There is a light dusting of snow, not the piles from outside the Santa's village that you can see, but there's definitely a dusting of snow. And you have a look around and give me a human roll. I would say you can't use your profession on this one because I don't see how electronics would come into that.
Yeah, probably not. That is a 4.
4. Okay. So that's the interesting thing here, Kyle, is there are no footprints at all. Not even yours.
Wait a minute. It's like I'm not leaving footprints?
You're not leaving footprints in the snow.
Yeah. That's not right.
That's not right at all. And you see, as you're looking around out in front of the workshop, there's a snowman.
I don't remember putting up a snowman.
Yeah, you didn't.
I mean, it has been a long time since I've been up here, so maybe something changed?
Yeah, maybe.
I'll go take a look at it.
All right, you make your way over there, still not leaving any footprints in the snow. You look back and there's no footprints there, and it's uncomfortable.
Quite.
And the snowman appears to be made of real snow. This is not an animatronic. It's not a blow-up snowman. It's not mechanical. It is an actual, honest-to-God's snowman with coal and a carrot nose and sticks for arms.
How in the world? It hasn't even been snowing long enough for like I'm from the Midwest, so I know what packing snow is and how long it takes to have enough snow to make a snowman. There's no fucking way that there's been enough snowfall for them to make this kind of a snowman, right?
Right. Especially not on the inside here. Maybe out in the blizzard, but not in here.
Also, there's a blizzard outside, which is, again, just totally weird.
And as you look over the snowman and you're trying to figure out what the fuck, how did this happen? Where did this come from? You hear you can't run away, Mark.
I turn around. Who the fuck said that?
Can't keep running. Can't keep running.
Oh, yes, I can.
He's coming.
There's always Tijuana, Texas, countries that don't extradite.
Oh, you've been so bad, Mark. You've been so bad.
I'll check around the other side of the snowman just to see if somebody's hiding behind there.
The snowman's head turns and follows you.
I punch it.
You're going to make me an insight roll first before you punch the snowman.
Yeah, for sure. That's a 5 on my insight die. It goes up by 1. I'm now at 4.
Okay. So you are genuinely freaked out at this point.
Yeah, sure.
And you punch the snowman. And the head goes rolling. It doesn't fall apart. The head just goes rolling off. But its beady coal eyes are still looking at you as it rolls away. And you swear it's talking to you. Can't escape, Mark. Can't escape.
Mark is going to try, though. He is going to run back inside the park, away from this headless snowman that wants to mutter things at him. Things it shouldn't even know.
Yep, things it shouldn't know. So you take off running back towards the middle of the park. Leora, you went looking for Kyle.
I did.
How did you do on your insight roll for the snow?
6.
Oh, you got a 6?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you go up by 1. Okay, and you're going to get something worse, something additional that will cause you to roll insight again. So you have the potential to go up another one. We'll see. So you're freaked out, understandably. There's a blizzard now. You heard the voice. There was the Christmas tree. There was all of these things happening. But you look out into the snow and you see this figure in crimson robes with antlers standing just outside the fence of the Santa's village. And this empty, hollow face. But there's blood dripping down from the antlers. You can see it clearly. It's pooling around the figure, not settling into the snow. It is just pooling there. And as it's looking at you, you hear, "This is your fault." And you make me that insight roll.
Another 6.
Okay, well, it's not going to compound because that would be mean, but you are up to 4. You are deeply unsettled. You are freaked out. How do you react?
This can't all be my fault. I'm willing to accept blame for parts of my life, but this can't all be my fault, okay? And she's just gonna try to book it.
Okay. Which direction are you running in? Towards one of the buildings, towards your car, towards the gate to the Santa's village, out into the snowstorm?
Probably towards one of the buildings that's closest so that I can get in cover. Okay.
So you run towards the closest building, which coming from the petting zoo is actually going to be the office. Josie's office. So you run into Josie's office and you are panicking. You are freaked out. The snow is howling outside. And you notice that this office is reversed. Things are on the wrong side. But you don't really have time to comprehend that at the moment because you are so freaked out. Do you go hide in a closet, under the desk? Do you just slam the door shut? What do you do?
I think I'd slam the door shut and then make my way for under a desk.
Okay. Santa Claus is coming. As you slam the door shut.
I don't think it's Kyle anymore. He's not smart enough to pull all this off. Oh, God. Oh, okay.
And as you make your way over to the desk, you see Josie's coat rack hanging or standing behind the desk. You have to push past it to kind of crawl under. And that's when you see it. You see what looks like a Santa suit hanging off of the coat rack. Only as you get closer to it, you see hands attached to it and a face, but oddly hollow and empty. As you see what looks like Frank, but a skin suit of Frank hanging off of the coat rack. Its oddly rubbery face looking out at you in a rictus of horror. As you give me an insight roll.
Yeah, happily. 4.
4, okay. You're holding on to it, barely.
Okay, that is really shitty of somebody to make a prop of. Yep, that's what that is, a prop. As she tries to stop looking at Skin Suit Frank. People make the worst costumes these days. Okay, think. There's a blizzard in this part of California. There's somebody Krampus-y out there being some tool bag scaring people. Somebody learned about the Christmas tree. Okay, I can make this work. I just need to wait out the storm under Josie's desk. And I swear if anyone comes to bother me in this office, I'm one pen click away from just losing it. Okay, I got this. I'm just gonna hide under the desk until the snow's gone. Yep. As she just convinces herself she's having some kind of mental breakdown, and this is mostly in her head, and she's just gonna... These are people playing pranks and getting to her brain, and it's fine. And she's just gonna curl up under the desk, unless there's something under the desk also.
No, you can crawl under the desk. It's totally fine. You're so paranoid. I love it. So
yeah,
you crawl under the desk to wait out the storm, muttering to yourself, convincing yourself it's going to be fine. You're just imagining things. It'll be fine. All will be well. Jodie, after Shane has his little freak out, what's your plan?
We were gonna try to find Josie.
Mm-hmm.
And see if we can get the fuck out of here. If she can cut our final paycheck, that'd be great, because I was not planning on coming back.
Okay. So where are you headed to?
Wherever Josie's office is.
Okay, so you start heading back towards the office.
Mm-hmm.
And as you move through the snow, the light dusting of snow that's covering the ground, you shiver in your skimpy elf costume. Yours is a bit skimpier than normal, but you've made it that way.
I trimmed it that way, yeah. I cut some off. Did some extra hemming.
Why did you leave me, Jodie?
I can jerk around and look around me to see who's talking.
I guess I'm probably kind of walking beside you or just behind you, maybe.
What do you mean, Shane? Jerk around. Why are you doing that voice?
What voice?
Well, not that one.
I could have lived if you'd stopped.
I continue to look around. Who? Hello? Hey, if you're the person that was driving that car, it's not funny. Someone could really get hurt.
You would know all about that, wouldn't you?
And Jodie kind of like closes her eyes really tight and starts to rub her ears a little bit. I want to try to get my bearings on what direction this voice is coming from. As I'm turning around, I'm kind of like rubbing my ears, closing my eyes, trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Okay, give me a human roll.
A 1.
Okay. It's all around you on the ether.
Who are you talking to, Jodie?
I don't know, but someone's voice. I will plug my ears and start to hum to drown it out. Let's just keep walking, Shane. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's nothing at all.
I heard someone earlier.
What? I can't hear you.
I heard someone earlier.
Oh, what? Who did you hear? What do you mean you heard someone earlier?
In the photo booth, I thought I heard. I thought it was the kid, and then I thought it was someone. No, it don't matter. It don't matter. Come on, let's find Josie. It's just the wind.
I didn't have to die, Jodie. Why did you leave me to die? Why did you leave me? Why did you leave me? Why did you leave me?
Oh, shut up! Shut up!
And you make an insight roll.
I rolled 6.
Oh boy. Okay. So you close your eyes and you grasp your head and you start shaking your head, yelling, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up." And the voice gets louder and louder and louder. And you open your eyes as it suddenly dies away. And you see in the snow ahead of you, there is a young woman, not even your age, maybe a little bit younger. She's wearing jeans, t-shirt, a UC Santa Cruz hoodie over it. And you see her just walking ahead of you. And then you see her crumple. And you hear the screeching of tires. And you see her collapse and blood beginning to pool into the snow around her as the tires screech off into the distance. And then her head turns and looks at you. You can never be forgiven.
I think Jodie feels physically ill at this point. Like, you see her turn this pale green color, and she's kind of, her stomach is clenching in as if someone that, feels like they're gonna throw up. Having seen this, she's having this kind of visceral, nauseated reaction to it. And it's like she wants to look away, she wants to not deal with it, but she can't.
You make me a second insight roll as this young woman stares at you through dead eyes.
2.
You can't look away. She's just staring. But you hold yourself together. You don't collapse completely. But Shane, you see Jodie just sort of standing there holding her stomach, staring in horror dead ahead of her. You almost bump into her.
I kind of don't quite know what to do. Jodie, you okay? You sick?
She shudders a bit. Yeah, make it go away, Shane. I can't. I don't want to look at it anymore.
Kind of look around to see if I can see. There ain't nothing there, Jodie.
No, the girl, she's right over there.
There ain't no girl there. Who did you hear, Jodie?
The girl, she wouldn't have made it, and I'm like trying to pull my face down into my shirt up over my face so that to physically block my vision from seeing anything, and also kind of blocking Shane from seeing me as well.
Come on, Jodie. You gotta pull yourself together. Come on. We'll go see Josie. We'll get the hell out of here, and we'll never come back here again.
Yeah, we just need to get away from this place.
Something wrong with this place.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's bad. I should have skipped coming in tonight.
Well, come on, and I'll kind of try and move her along towards the office with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start moving Jodie towards the office. Jodie, blink, and the body on the ground is gone. But you can still feel her eyes looking at you wherever you go, following you, watching you, judging you. Kyle.
Is it really Kyle at this point?
No, we all know it's Mark.
Well, you and I do.
Mm-hmm. You've taken off running.
Yeah.
Away from the snowman. Are you running in any particular direction?
I think he probably runs back towards the center of what's going on, just because it seems like the furthest point away. It's also the trailer's the last place he saw Jorge. And so he's probably trying to link up back with Jorge so that way he can use him as like a, definitive rock.
This is real.
Yeah.
This is not. Yeah. So you run back towards the center. The snowstorm outside is getting worse. You still don't feel more than just a bit of snow inside, but you can barely see beyond the gate to the Santa's village. But you see something moving outside the fence. Just this glimpse of crimson moving through the snow.
Okay. Glimpse of crimson. Is it possible it's like a tent flap, or is it on the ground, or is it in the air?
It's not on the ground. It's moving with purpose.
Okay. Where to?
It seems to be moving around the perimeter of the Santa's village.
Okay. Does it look like it's hunting something?
Hard to tell from here. Could be.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I appreciate that there's something out there in the blizzard.
In the blizzard.
I don't think that Mark would be interested in like getting closer to it. That seems like
Of
something
course.
he'd want to avoid,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's, I don't know, a 10-foot tall Santa Claus trying to eat people. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
So specific.
I think what he'll do is he will get back to the trailer or the office, and then I think his idea is to try to get on top of it.
Okay.
To get like off the ground and get to a high point.
Okay. So you run back towards Josie's office. You're going to get on top of the trailer. You're going to be able to get away from some of the weirdness, maybe see beyond, ground yourself in reality. Maybe Jorge will come back in this direction. Jodie and Shane, that's when you approach, coming back towards the office. You're all looking for something back here, looking for Josie, looking for safety. Jodie looking for a way out of this nightmare. And you run into Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, you all right?
Not really, no.
I kind of nod, almost in a way understanding probably a facial feature you've not seen from him.
You seen Josie?
No, I haven't, Shane. I came back looking for her here with Jorge, and I figured her and Frank would be in here, but I didn't see either one of them.
What? Has Frank not gone home?
No, his truck is still in the lot.
Shit. Oh. Yeah, well, we want to see if we can get the hell out of here just before the blizzard gets too bad. We can't. I don't want to be stuck in here all night, you know?
Yeah, I know, but there's something out there. It's circling the park.
What kind of something?
Kyle just shakes his head. I don't know. It's red. I can't really see it through the blizzard.
Like bright red?
Maybe.
Is it Frank in like a Santa Claus suit or something?
Yeah, sure, maybe.
I think I might have seen it. Him, whoever. I thought it was Frank at first, but then it looked at me, and it wasn't Frank.
I sort of snap my look at you. What do you mean it wasn't him?
It wasn't him.
What was it?
I don't know. Some guy, whatever, just trying to mess with our heads. There's somebody in the park, and maybe they got speakers or something rigged up, and there's somebody just kind of playing a trick or something. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it, and I just want to get the hell out of here and go home.
Yeah, I'm with you. Maybe if we get together, we can just all go out the same gate together.
Yeah.
You seen Leora?
No, but we don't really talk.
I hope she's okay.
Sure.
Hey, listen, I don't know what the deal is with you and Leora, but you know, whatever's going on, we just gotta go. I can't be here anymore.
I nod again in an oddly understanding way.
Shane, you hear in your head, but do you deserve to leave, Shane?
What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean by that?
After what you did to me, do you deserve to leave?
This ain't fucking funny. Just sort of start turning around, shouting into the air. I don't know who this is, but you just quit it now. Cut it out.
Leora, you can hear what sounds like Shane outside shouting.
She's gonna timidly crawl out from under the desk and peek out the door.
The door creaks open behind you, the three of you.
Three faces, all turn to look.
And there's Leora.
Oh shit, you guys?
Are you the one doing all this, Leora? Is this you? You're doing it, aren't you?
Oh god, what? No, I've been experiencing some freaky shit. I honestly kind of thought it was Kyle at first, just because it seemed like shit he'd do, but there's like, I don't know, somebody has like projectors or something, and they're fucking with us. Also, have you seen the fucked up costumes people are trying to use to scare us? Like, there's like a Frank costume in here, and there's the guy with the antlers trying to fuck.
You saw him. You saw him too.
Again, you're off the hook now. She points at Kyle. But like, I just kind of thought people were fucking with us. You know, somebody like bored, and it's the last night of the season, and like, it'd all be. But this is too large scale, right? I mean, like, who fakes a fucking blizzard? Like, how do you?
You can't fake a blizzard.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's too much now. It's too much now. She's gonna kind of scurry over to be near Shane at this point.
I think we all just walk out the front door together.
Where the
Into
fuck
a
is
blizzard.
Jodie? And where is Frank? I mean,
Shane, I don't think it matters anymore. I'm not worried about my last paycheck. I'm not worried about anything other than getting the hell out of here at this point.
no.
I like Jorge. I'm kind of worried about Jorge.
He went to go look for Frank.
Jorge will be fine, I'm sure.
I wonder if he saw somebody running around in the Frank costume I saw in Josie's office.
What are you talking about? Frank costume?
It's like a skin suit, but it looks like Frank.
You mean somebody's
What are you
been
talking
pretending
about?
to be Frank?
Like a costume, like a Santa costume.
No, like a Frank, not the outfit. I think it's just really horrible prosthetics that somebody would make that, but like, I don't know. It looks like Frank's face hanging from the coat rack back there. I don't know what you want from me. Sorry, I should find a center. You can do this. Okay. So, I think somebody made a really crappy Frank costume. It's in Josie's office on the coat rack. It has face and and hands, and between that and the antler person, I agree with Kyle. Maybe we just leave. Maybe we just go to whatever car isn't buried in snow, and we all just go and we figure out parting ways from there afterwards. And we just, I hate to say Kyle's right, but I think Kyle's right.
So if Frank's not Frank, who's Frank?
I don't know.
I turn around. Shane, let's just go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Would we have a locker or something that our regular clothes would be in, or?
Yeah, you'd have a locker. I'd say it's in the office. You have to go into the office. There's the staff room. Off
Is it just
to the
right beside the coat hooks where?
No, it's not beside the coat hooks. But there is a side room that is the staff break room, which would just have a table, a microwave that barely functions, and then a row of lockers where you can leave your stuff.
I'm gonna get my stuff and just come on. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Before this gets too weird.
Oh, it's already way too weird.
Before.
Yeah.
How the fuck do
Shane,
they know? How do they know?
How do they know what, Shane?
Nothing.
Okay. Why don't we go get our stuff from the lockers? I'll keep you company, buddy system. All that.
Okay. Yeah. Good idea. Are you gonna be okay, Jodie?
Yeah, I think I'll be okay. We just need to get out of here, that's all. So we'll just be real fast and we'll get out of here, and I think everything will be fine. We'll go have a drink somewhere after this. But we just got to get out of this place.
Yeah, I could do with a drink. Could do with something more. Okay, come on, Leora. Let's get our stuff. You coming with us, or you want us to get your stuff from your lockers?
Jodie, Kyle, do you have stuff in the lockers?
I don't want to be alone. I'll go with. I think we travel together. That's probably the best option here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't fucking wear an elf suit all the time, so yeah, I've got clothes.
Okay. So you go in to the staff room. You get your clothes out of your locker. You get your hoodies, coats, all that. It's still going to be painfully inadequate against the weather out there, but at least it's better than a fucking elf costume.
Shove the elf costume into the locker and slam it closed. No, we'll never want to see that again.
No, I ready for the night to be over.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna like fully change clothes. I'm just putting on clothes over the elf costume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. So the best I can over Mrs. Claus stuff.
I'm going to take the joint out of my pocket and light it.
Jane, I knew I liked you.
You want some?
After this night, hell yeah.
Or Mark, you slam your locker shut and you hear a terrified, "I got kids, mister."
I look around. So did Shane already exit to sort of like...
To light up his joint, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So is it just me in here?
Oh, I thought we lit up at the lockers. That's my bad.
Okay. No, that's
okay.
fine. If we did that, I just need to know for clarity purposes.
I, being a modern day 21-year-old, I pull out my marijuana vape.
Yeah, maybe sort of heading towards the door on the way out, lighting up. That's what I was thinking.
I probably respond something like, "The fuck did you say?"
Just let me out. Just let me out, mister. I got kids. I gotta get home to my kids. You can take the car. It's okay.
I blink really heavily and then try to sort of slowly push beyond the imagery of like the next few moments in that car, Mark's decisions, which are not good. I take a deep breath and try to push myself to go outside.
It's hard to push past the terrified face in your mind of this man. You pushed into the back seat, scared, pleading, begging, the voice in your ears. But you push past it somehow. You move towards the door. His voice is still echoing around in your mind. That panic.
I shake my head and sort of like cover my ears and probably let the feeling, that sort of spine tingling feeling of voices from another space propel me the rest of the way. I come out of the bathroom like shaking my head and covering my ears.
This is something the rest of you are very familiar with at this point because you have been doing it all night.
Take a deep drag on the joint.
Oh, fuck out of my head.
You hear voices too?
You okay, man?
I am not okay. I reach forward and go for the joint that Shane has.
Yeah, I'll just kind of let you take it. Take another one out of my pocket and light it up.
Yeah, this place it needs to be closed for the year.
It needs to be closed forever. Fuck this place.
Yeah, I agree.
Where are we in the office? We're making our way towards the door again?
Yep, you're headed towards the door.
I'm going to do a bad thing.
Please do.
I'm gonna point out to everybody the Frank costume that I saw.
So Leora points to the coat rack and this suit, Santa suit with the hands sort of flopping out of it. It looks very much not like a costume.
Oh. I take a really long drag. Holy
See what I mean?
shit.
It looks like a Frank costume. Like it's messed up that somebody would do this, but like that's Frank, right?
It does look like Frank, yeah.
Is there blood? There's no blood, I take it. No?
I would like to examine the fabric closer.
Okay, there's no blood, but Jodie, you're examining it.
Yeah, like, that is so weird. How did they get it to look so realistic? Ugh, pick it up.
It feels like skin.
Ugh. It's so leathery.
It is flesh. It's flesh beneath your hands. And I'll take an insight roll.
Drop it a little.
Oh, does it like schlep on the ground when she drops it?
It does.
6.
Oh boy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So what are you up to now?
So the last time we did it, my first one increased, but the second one doesn't increase it again, right?
Right.
Okay, so now I'm up to 4 then.
Okay, so you're at 4 with adding 1 here?
With adding 1, I'm at 4.
Okay. So this Santa Frank suit squelches on the ground. You hear a splat. And the face, this facsimile of Frank's face with hollows where the eyes and the mouth should be, turns and looks up at you, Jodie, and says, "Would you be forgiven?"
Is it Frank's voice?
It is Frank's voice and not Frank's voice at the same time. It's got this deep sort of echoing to it, and it's like there's multiple other voices speaking with it, but you can pick out Frank's voice in amongst them.
Okay. That's not a skin suit. That's Frank. That's Frank.
Give me that second insight roll.
Pointing at it. 4.
Okay, so you stay at 4.
Okay, so if that's a skin suit, like if that's what we're being told, that someone skinned Frank, is it whole?
It is suit and all.
Boy, that is an awful lot of skin.
That is an awful lot of insight rolls to make too.
Yes, I'm going to make an insight roll because that's just not right.
You don't need to, Leora, because you already rolled for it.
Did all of us see it move, or was that just Jodie?
You didn't see it. You didn't see it move. No, that's just what Jodie saw.
Okay, so that's a 5, and my insight is now 5.
Wow.
Okay. How'd you do, Shane?
I rather boringly just rolled a 2.
Okay. But with a 5, Kyle, you are severely freaked out. And you recognize this for what it is, that it is skin. And somehow the Santa suit is also part of the skin. And that makes it even worse somehow. And something in your mind starts to fracture. When you hit 5 insight in Cthulhu Dark, you can destroy evidence to try and reduce your insight back down to 4. So if you can find some way to destroy the thing that is causing your mind to fracture, you can then roll against your insight and try and bring it down. So you can try and destroy some evidence if you would like to, Mark. You don't have to, but you are welcome to.
Yeah, I think that, man, he would just be such a ball of immediate and visceral reactions. I think he's probably going to just take hold of the remnants of Frank and shred his skin with his bare fingers.
Love
just
it.
like sort of like how you pull apart saran wrap or plastic wrap when you're getting into pallets. And he's just not just once, but he's like on his knees, like ripping apart as much of Frank as humanly possible.
So the rest of you see Kyle drop to his knees. His eyes are wild. His hands are trembling as he starts pulling apart this skin suit. And you still hear, Jodie, you still hear in your head, "Would you be forgiven?" in Frank's voice. And so, Kyle, give me an insight roll. You need to roll below a 5.
Alrighty. I've rolled a 1.
Okay, your insight goes back down to 4.
Yay.
As you start shredding the skin suit and you hear, "Santa Claus is coming." And then as you shred it more and more, the song sort of fades away. Santa Claus.
He's probably just repeatedly like saying no over and over again, right? Like, no. He just continues to rip like even the fine pieces, especially around like the cheek and the face. Like I want to completely destroy Frank's face so that it can't talk.
I think Shane is going to try and interpose himself a bit because he can see that Kyle is really seriously freaking out here. Also, Shane's rationale, he's desperately trying to find some reason how this could even be, is that somehow there's some guy has been pretending to be Frank. He's got some sort of prosthetic suit that looks just like Frank for some reason. He's been wearing it, and maybe whoever this is behind all the shit that's going on here. So there might be some sort of a clue in the pockets of this suit or something as to who this person is. Anyway, he's just going to kind of try and kind of stop Kyle from tearing it apart any further and just say, Kyle, it's done. You've destroyed it.
No, he's still
just
here.
Leave it.
He's still,
leave it. No,
look.
He's not here. He's not here, Kyle. It's just in your head. It's not real. It's not.
He held up a handful of pieces of Frank's flesh. He's still fucking here. Look,
Kyle, my man,
weird.
calm the fuck down, Woody, you little shit.
Is there
Fine.
like a metal, like garbage pail or anything near the desk? Is there like a garbage receptacle?
Yes, there is a garbage bin.
What's it made out of?
What do you want it to be made out of?
I'm hoping metal or something that isn't particularly flammable, but
Yeah, we'll go with that. Why not?
okay. Kyle, I get what you're doing. I get why you're doing it. I do. Why don't you just put Frank's face bits in here? Okay. Hear me out. Just do it.
Sort of slowly put a few of them in there.
I'm gonna take some bullshit looking paperwork that isn't our paychecks off of Josie's desk, just like a calendar, whatever paper products I can find that aren't our contracts or something. And I'm just gonna light them on fire with like the Zippo out of my purse, and I'm gonna chuck them in the garbage can with the flesh bits. We'll get rid of him that way. Okay, Kyle? All the face bits, like a pyre, like a small pyre, and then Frank will be less tearing. Please, God, for less tearing. I beg of you.
The room is filled with the scent of burning rubber and flesh.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
Jesus, come on, let's just get the fuck out of here. I just kind of get his car keys out of his pocket.
I'm with Shane. Let's go.
Yep.
I sort of begrudgingly get up from the floor.
Can't you get your fucking act together?
You saw it. You all saw it.
Yes, we all saw it.
So a fucking rubber suit is what I saw. That's all I fucking saw. That's all you saw. Get this shit out of our heads. It's not real. Someone is fucking with us. And they're laughing at us.
The way you laughed at me, Shane?
Shut up. You're not fucking real.
Not anymore.
You're not fucking real, you little piece of fucking shit. You deserved everything you fucking got. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I got enough fucking bad luck in my life without... Just shut the fuck up. And he kind of clutches his leg. Pain is flaring up in his knee.
Jodie goes, I'm sorry, but I didn't say anything, Shane. I don't know why you're yelling at me.
Leora's gonna sort of open arm gesture, offer a silent hug to Shane.
Fuck away from me. You fucking people, get the fuck away from me. I don't need you. I don't need anyone.
Well, let's get ourselves out of here.
I get back to my feet and sort of just drag myself out the door.
Yeah, wise. I'll follow Kyle.
Okay. So you make your way out the door, bit of smoke following you out into the cold air. Shane is shaking with rage and fear. Jodie is cringing a little bit, upset. Kyle and Leora, you're freaked out. It's cold out still. That blizzard is still howling. but it's gotta be your best chance. You've got to get out of here. You can't be here anymore. Not with whatever's haunting you, or whoever is haunting you. And you make your way silently, looking around, head towards the middle of the Santa's village, and you stop dead in your tracks. Kneeling in the middle of the Santa's village is a massive reindeer. It's a good 15 feet tall. Its antlers are massive, which is strange because male reindeer lose their antlers in the winter. But you don't have time to think about that bit of strangeness because you see impaled on this reindeer's antlers, mouth wide, blood pooling down towards the ground, is Jorge.
Oh, fuck.
No!
Oh, fuck.
They got Jorge.
He could not be forgiven.
Does the reindeer say that?
You hear that coming from the reindeer's direction.
For what? What did Jorge do? Jorge was... He wouldn't have done anything wrong. Nothing more than any of the rest of us.
Well, Jodie, don't say that. Jodie, what?
Oh, fuck you. I'm gonna
Insight rolls.
limp up. Oh, yeah, I better make my insight roll first. My intention is to limp up toward and try and get Jorge off the antlers of this thing, but I might not be doing that.
I'm a 4 on a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a 5.
Okay, so you're back up to 5.
I also have a 4.
And I rolled a 2.
Okay. So, Shane, you're angry.
Yeah, I'm fucking... Shane's kind of dropped this veneer of affability, and his demeanor sort of changed a bit. Maybe this was always who he really was, or lurking underneath the surface. But yeah, he strides as best he can towards this reindeer and attempts to get the body of Jorge off its antlers.
Okay, give me a human roll.
Yeah, that's a 3. A pretty mediocre attempt.
Would you like to push the roll?
Oh yeah, I think actually, do you know? I think I will push the roll. Yes.
So in Cthulhu Dark, you can push a roll by rolling again, but adding your insight die. And if your insight die is the highest, then bad things happen.
Yeah. So I think this is important enough to Shane because he's had enough of this shit. That's a 3 on my human roll, and a 5 on my insight die.
Okay. So you go up and you start removing Jorge's body from the antlers. It's hard. Jorge's a big man, and you've got your leg injury. And this reindeer looks up at you with these strangely intelligent eyes. Says, "You'll get what you deserve too."
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to decide what I deserve and what I don't deserve? Who gave you that power? Fuck you.
Insight roll.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a 3, and my insight is currently 3.
But you do manage to get Jorge down from the antlers. Kyle, you went up to a 5.
Yes, again.
Jorge was the closest thing you had to a friend here. Let's say you got along, at least.
Yeah.
You didn't dislike him. And this is horrible for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that I mean, the player knows what happens, but clearly Kyle's decision has to be to try to just absolutely rain down hell on this reindeer.
So are you attempting to fight the mythos?
You bet.
So in Cthulhu Dark, if you fight the mythos, you die.
Yep. But that's what Kyle would do. Or Mark, rather.
All right, that's what Mark would do. So, Mark, you see all of this happening. You hear Shane yelling at this reindeer, and a red mist sort of falls over your eyes. That rage, that anger, everything that you've kept at bay for the most part, ever since you ran away, ever since you hid yourself, escaping your past, it just floods back into you. And you launch yourself at this reindeer, and you attempt to rip its eyes out. And it transforms in front of you. All of you see this. It shifts into this red-robed figure with massive antlers, blood pooling down from them, hollow face, no face at all, really. And this bony hand reaches out and grabs onto you, Mark, as you reach for what should have been its eyes. And it squeezes, and you feel your essence sapped away as you hear the voices of everyone you've ever wronged in your life, everyone you've hurt, especially him, pleading and begging and calling out to you, filling your ears, filling your eyes, flooding in through every pore of your body until you just are ripped apart with guilt and agony. And so the rest of you see this thing shred Mark into atoms. And that would be an insight roll.
1.
4.
4. Jodie, how'd you do?
I got a 1.
Okay. You didn't really like Kyle anyway.
Yeah. No.
There's no body. He's just dissolved into atoms.
So it's like he wasn't even there. So it's fine.
My insight goes up by 1.
Okay.
I don't like this. And I think I just run into the blizzard.
Run off into the blizzard.
Stumbling, running, limping, trying to get to my car, get the doors open, drive the fuck away from here. But I'm running kind of heedlessly.
Okay, you run heedlessly in the direction of what you hope is your car.
Exactly.
Leora, this thing in the red robes with the antlers turns its head so that non-gaze is focused on you. Would you be redeemed?
I think it could be.
Reaches out that skeletal hand to you.
As if I should take it?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Shit, fine. And she willingly takes its hand.
Okay. Jodie, what are you doing?
Jodie, my thought was also that I want to get the fuck out of here. And since we haven't discussed Jodie having a car, I like to think Jodie's maybe not driving currently. That probably makes sense. She does not have a car. She probably gets a ride from like her parents or something every day. And so I would also be on Shane's heels trying to get to his vehicle as well.
Okay. So, Leora, you are heedless of Shane and Jodie running away. You feel this deep sense of guilt pouring through you as you take this thing's skeletal hand. And you, for a moment, relive that night when your mother died. And you see the tree falling as if in slow motion. Even though you weren't there, you see it as it must have happened. You feel the guilt and the pain and the rage, knowing you could have prevented it. You set this thing up. You did something wrong. It's your fault it fell. It's your fault she died. But then you hear your mother's voice say, "All is forgiven. It'll be okay." Shane and Jodie, you manage to run off into the snow. You can give me a human roll.
I would like to add my insight die. to my role because it's really important to me or to Shane rather, to get away from here because this is chickens coming home to roost time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I rolled a 3 on my human die and a 4 on my insight die.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 on my human die.
Okay. You make it to the car, but Shane, as you make it to the car, you see seated in the front seat is a young man you know very well. His face is bloated from carbon monoxide poisoning. You remember hearing how he sat in his car, gassed himself, just sitting there, head slumps over and those dead eyes look out at you.
No. Fuck you. It wasn't my fault. And the keys just tumble out of my fingers, and I start stumbling backwards through the snow in the blizzard.
Jodie, Shane backs away into the blizzard. You lose sight of him. The keys are on the ground.
Oh, thank God. I reach for the keys to grab them.
You take the keys, you get in the car, you start up the engine, you start to drive. You see her walk across the path in front of you, and you let out a cry, and you try to stop the car from hitting her. You try to slow down, like you tried to slow down that night, but you can't as it hits her. And you keep going. And there she is again, and you hit her. Constant reliving that moment where she turns and looks at you in horror as you can't slow down, hearing the crunching of her bones as you crash into her. The panic and the fear as you drive away, over and over and over. And the camera pulls back on a clear, crisp Christmas morning, December 25th. The sun is shining. There's no sign of a snowstorm, of a blizzard. And we see Josie come walking out of her office, crisp suit, looking pleased with herself, as Leora walks up with a smile on her face, feeling calm, feeling safe in the buzz of the voices in her head. Josie looks at you, Leora, and says, "I knew you had potential. Welcome, Santa." And that is where we will end this game. Thank you all for playing. I really enjoyed this particular holiday bit of shenanigans. Thank you all for listening, and we hope you will tune in next time. Thank you, and good night.